आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. We shall read verse number mantra 3 and 4. न तत्र चक्षुर्गच्छति न वाक् गच्छति नो मनः न विद्मः न विजानीमः यथैतदनुशिष्यात् अन्यदेव तद्विदितात् अथो अविदितात् अधि इति शुश्रुमपूर्वेषाम् येनस्तद्व्याचचक्षिरे. So, yesterday we saw that the teacher clarified, seeing the doubt on the student's mind, that why can't we see this Brahman? Why can't we see Shrotrasya Shrotram? So this doubt was evident on the student's mind, a student's face. So the teacher replied that na tatra chakshuhu gacchati, eyes do not go there, speech cannot speak about it, mind cannot visualize that. We do not know Brahman as this, as such and such we do not know. Na vijanimaha, also we do not know how to talk about Brahman. Yatha etad anushishyat, we do not know that it can be communicated in such and such way. We do not know of this. But Agama is there. Agama, as we said yesterday, is nothing but proven Vakyas of the Shastra or the teachers, of the Acharyas. They are really reliable. So they are called Agamas. And what does Agama have to say? Anya deva tad viditat, it is different from the known. Aviditat adi, beyond unknown. This is what we have heard. So last time we saw that what is meant by anyat eva viditat, it is different from the vidita. Vidita means known. Whatever is known, then further Bhashikara said that whatever is known is what? Heyam. Heyam, why heyam? Because once you know it well, for that you have to know it properly. You have to do pariksha. Pariksha means examine it in every way. Paritaha ikshanam, from all sides, from everywhere. See all the flip side, pros and cons and everything. That is called pariksha. When that way pariksha is done, examination is done, then you come to know that in the end it is alpa. Not in the end, right from the beginning. It is nothing but limited in every way. And if I am expecting fullness from that, otherwise we don't mind, let it be limited. I know that it is limited, then I don't expect anything from it. I do my duties, then no problem. But when we expect something from it, we expect fulfillment from it, happiness from it, then we are going to be disappointed. And until you know the truth, until you find happiness in yourself, this desire for happiness will always remain. One cannot deny it, and there is nothing wrong in it. Unless I contact the source of happiness in myself, unless I know that I am happiness which I am seeking, I am bound to look for it outside, because there is no other field. But after certain experiences, then we realize that it is limited. This may take very long time or short time. Depends on how we continue to look at it. If we are totally occupied with it, neck deep into that, then we won't come to know. But even when we are experiencing it, keep your eyes and ears and intelligence open. Because every experience is telling you something. Every experience is sending you SMS, is telling you that I am limited. Beware. I am limited. I cannot give you limitless. It is telling, provided we hear. To hear that, we need to do pariksha. Examine everything. Then you come to know it is alpa. It won't fulfill me. And then if I still want, naturally everybody wants fulfillment. Everybody wants unconditional happiness. So naturally you are looking for it. So now you come to know it is not here. It is not in the world outside. So that kind of approach or that kind of orientation towards the world will come to an end. What kind of orientation? That it will give me something. It won't give me anything. That is what, then one should come to this conclusion. That is living the life intelligently. Living life intelligently means to discover this, because it is a fact. That it doesn't have happiness. It is a fact. It is jadam. What can it give me? And still if I keep on looking there, then keep looking and keep experiencing and analyzing your experiences until you come to this conclusion or understanding that it is only this much. It is fine. We don't want to condemn it. But it cannot give me anything. What I am seeking is not there. Then it will create healthy vairagya. Vairagya means you know that this is this much, not more than this. And world is like that. Prakriti is like that. So when you come to know this, then that area for seeking happiness will come to an end. Which means you won't seek happiness there. What it is fine wherever it is, but I have no use of it. That is how it becomes heyam. Heyam means I give it up. I stop seeking anything from it. Then I will look for unknown. Vidita is kept aside. Because I have concluded with the help of Shastra also that it doesn't have what I want. Ye samsara hai kagad ki pudiya, Kabir ji says. Boond pade dhul jana hai. It is paper boat. This samsara is like Kabir ji says, this samsara is like a paper boat. Is it going to ferry you across the ocean? It cannot. Boond pade dhul jana hai. Moment it will become wet, it won't remain. So samsara is like that. We should know this. So having known that, you keep it aside. Then now you look for avidita. Unknown. Maybe it has something. Bhagavan says, Shastra says, Brahman is not even there. So don't expect avidita, unknown, to give you something. Don't wait for that. That also will not give you. I don't have it here. I didn't get it in this relationship. Let me try another. That also won't give you. It will be all same. So we are not condemning anything, huh? Don't think that. We are just learning the facts. Seeing the world as it is. Don't blame. Don't condemn. Don't disrespect. But know the truth. If here everything is clear, then our vyavahara, our attitude with the world will also be fine. It will be fine. So Bhagavan says, keep giving, don't ask. Keep giving, don't ask. So now vidita is also closed, avidita is also closed. Then where is Brahman? Not there, not in known, not in unknown. It is beyond both of this. There is nothing else left. What is left? Only self. Understood? This is how self is left. And in self you don't have to look, you are that. You are that limitlessness. That is what scriptures keep on declaring all along. Moment you come to Upanishad, right from the page 1 to the last page, this is the message, no other message. There are many Upanishads, but all of them have this theme. All of them. Upanishads in all the Vedas have this to say, Tattvamasi. You are that. This is what Chandogya says. Aham Brahmasmi. This is what Brihadaranyaka says. Ayam Atma Brahma. This my Atma is Brahman, is Mandukya Atharva Veda says. Prajnanam Brahma. Aitari Upanishad says. They keep on declaring this with one voice. Underline, you are that. Sooner or later, this fact about yourself should be known. This is fact about me. Reality about I, big I. So, this is how Shastra has communicated by Agama Vakya. That Brahman is different from known, different from unknown. Then we came to know that it cannot be Heya, Tyajya, unknown would, when you don't look for it in the Heya, in Vidita, you give it up. Then you try to look for it in Avidita, unknown. So Upadeyam, let me hold on to this. Let me look here. Heya and Brahman is not to be acquired, not to be given up. Brahman cannot be given up, cannot be acquired. What is that? Atma. Atma cannot be given up, cannot be acquired. See, simple mathematics. Atma cannot be given up also, and Atma cannot be acquired. You just have to recognize. Take cognizance of the fact that I am. I am what I am seeking. Seeker is the sought. The very seeker is the sought. This one has to know. But this is communicated. But still, habits die hard. Samskaras don't go that easily. That I am different from Brahman or Ishvara is very strongly entrenched in our minds, in our samskara. That how can I be Brahman? So here also, when this is said, iti pratipadite shrotuhu ashanka jata. Teacher can now again, speaker is now able to see again this doubt on the minds of the student. Katham tu Atma Brahma. How can this Atma be Brahman? When he says this or when he feels this, how can I be Brahman? Which means he looks upon himself still as Ahankara only, limited individual only. So that understanding or perception is so strong, which has arisen from identification with this body. This body is limited, and it is. My intellect is limited, mind is limited, my capacities are limited, sense organs, eyes after a certain time cannot see. All these capacities weaken day by day, deplete day by day. And here you come along and say that you are full, you are limitless. How to believe? How can my Atma be Brahman? How can I be God? How can God and I, Ishvara and I, reality of both of us, how can it be one? So, it's very strong doubt that I cannot be Brahman. Brahman has to be different from me. It is very convenient to believe this. Because in that case, I need not rise up. I can remain what I am. Here Shruti's Shastra is challenging us, inviting us that look upon yourself as Brahman. Now stop demanding, stop begging, stop looking up to someone. Respect yourself, own yourself up. But no, that's not possible. Student says, I cannot be Brahman. I am ready to worship anyone, but I am not that. Very, very strong. This is there. And other philosophers also, other darshanas, other than Vedanta, everybody thinks that there is duality. Duality between Jiva and Ishvara. Duality between me and you. Duality between me and this table. So, I am different from inner things, I am different from other living beings, I am different from Ishvara. Difference, difference, difference. So duality is the truth. Nobody is ready to believe. Even the philosophers also. Go to Mimamsaka, go to Nayayika, go to Sankhya, go to dualists. All of them propound what? I am different from Ishvara. Everybody says this. So, how can you come and say that you are Brahman? Only you are different. You are giving this philosophy that everything is one, Advaita. We go to the extent of saying that there is absolutely no duality. Other than Brahman, there is no Brahman like Brahman. There is no other reality different from Brahman. And in Brahman also, there is just oneness. There are no parts. There is no Sajatiya Bheda. No, which I will explain. No Sajatiya Bheda, which means nothing like Brahman. No Vijatiya Bheda, nothing different from Brahman. No Swagata Bheda. Swagata Bheda means within oneself there are parts. Just as my head is different from my hands. In hands too, in arms too, one finger is different from the other one. So these are called differences within oneself. That is called Swagata Bheda. Swagata, inherent in one. Shastra says in Brahman there is no such Bheda. It is just one. No inner parts, no difference within oneself, no difference outside, no difference inside, nowhere, no difference at all. Just one. But this is too tall an order to accept. Why? Because of our samskaras. Samskaras of duality. Samskaras die hard, So we have to keep on working with our samskara. Samskara means impressions which are formed in the mind. These samskaras don't go easily. You have to keep on hammering and hammering and hammering. Bhagwan in Bhagavad Gita begins with Karma Yoga. To hammer, to remove our samskaras with Karma Yoga. So in short, student is not, on the face of the student, this doubt is very evident that how can I be Brahman? Brahman is what? Atma hi nama adhikrutah karmani upasane cha samsa. Student thinks that I am Jiva, and Jiva needs what? Karma to acquire things, and karma phaladata gives that phala. Ishvara is the dispenser or the giver of the results of action. So when we perform actions, he gives the result. So he is different from me. Plus, we meditate upon him, we worship him, we do puja, we do yajna, we do japas, we do homa. Why? Because we need it. Because we are limited. That is why we do puja, to please him, to worship him, to get things from him. We do meditation to become one with him. So if at all you have to become one, to becoming is required. You already are not there. So this impressions are, and this is there in most of us. We may talk about Nayayika thinking like that, or Mimamsaka thinking, but there is that Nayayika in us. There is that Mimamsaka in us, dualist in us. So he is not ready to believe that tasmat anyaha upasya, and upasya devata, the devata or the God whom I worship is different from me, such as Vishnu, Indraha, Shivaha, Devi. Different devatas are there. In the Vedic times, devatas were natural things of the creation, like Varuna, then Agni, fire devata, Varuna devata, Indra devata. These were the devatas, natural factors. In the Puranic times, then we are given Rama, Krishna, Devi, Shiva, Hanumana, Ganeshji, all of them. But still, they are the one who worship. And we get the result, and we continue to be what we are. So this is a very strong doubt in the mind of the student. So now, the fifth mantra says, come on, this is the bhumika, this is the background against which now Shruti is now replying. Yadvacha anabhyuditam, yadvacha anabhyuditam, yena vagabhyudyate, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi, nedam yadidam upasate. See, Shruti is very clear. Yat vacha anabhyuditam. Yat means Brahman, about which we are talking about, which is the subject matter. That Brahman, vacha anabhyuditam, is not revealed by the speech. See, here the translation is that which cannot be expressed by speech, which means speech cannot talk about it, cannot express what? Brahman. Then, yena vag abhyudyate, but by Brahman speech gets expressed. Speech cannot express it, speech cannot reveal Brahman, but by which Brahman the speech is revealed. Speech is able to do what it does is because of Brahman. And may you know that tat eva tvam brahma vidhi. See, so emphatic, leaves no room for any doubt or ambiguity. What does the Shruti say in the second line? Tadeva tvam brahma vidhi. That only may you know as Brahman. What? By which the speech is expressed, by which the speech gets expressed, that only is Brahman. May you know that only as Brahman, and not what? Yad idam upasate. That which you worship as this Bhagwan means away from you, different from you. That way which you worship as Bhagwan, that is not Brahman. That may be Bhagwan but not Brahman. So what is Brahman? That because of which the speech is able to speak, that alone is Brahman, which means Atma, which is Brahman. That alone is Brahman, and not what you worship as devatas, different devatas. So erasing the duality completely is erasing the duality. See, now this question had arisen last night, that I give credence to Devata, I look upon as Devata as different from me, is because I am identified with this ahankara. And when I think and believe that I am only this much, my boundary begins and lasts here. If I am this much, then definitely I need an Ishvara to support me, to help me. I need to take his shelter. I need his help. Because, why? Because I am only this much. And there are many needs. I have so many needs. Physical needs, emotional needs, intellectual needs, spiritual needs. Needs. So many needs are there. Why? Because because I don't have it. Why do I not have everything? Why? Because my sadhana, which I look upon as I, is limited. It's obvious. So, understand this concept of Ishvara comes moment I look upon myself as Jiva. Moment I establish myself as Jiva, in my perception, when I means Jiva, then automatically there is Ishvara. I establish Ishvara. I give credence to Ishvara. Duality is established. You follow what I am saying? So, it is I who keep Ishvara different from me. When do I do that? When I need someone to fulfill me. So, that is why this concept of Ishvara is there. But up to a certain point, all this is fine. Understand, Shastra itself talks about Ishvara, talks about different devatas, until you grow up. Until one grows up. Till then, the same Shastra talks about puja, talks about Saguna Brahma Dhyanam, Upasana, Homa, so many things. Why? It recognizes, Shastra recognizes that still he needs to grow, still he cannot stand on his own, crutches are needed, his understanding is limited, he cannot understand that reality is one. For that one has to grow up. See, Vedanta demands that one grows up. Inner growth. Up to which point? That I am ready to give up identification with the Upadhi. When I give up that identification, what is left? Tell me. What is left? Brahman, Atma, Tattva, consciousness, which is full. But today, I keep that aside. I don't bring about any change in me or my perception. And hold on dearly to what? I am this only. So, Ahankara is Agraha. Ahankara is my insistence. And today I am comfortable in this zone of Ahankara. Comfort zone. We have made it our comfort zone. No, I cannot be Ishvara. The Shruti keeps on telling, Shastra keeps, you are not that. But I can't come out of it. That weak we have become. Understand this. We have become weaklings. That is weakness of the mind. Despondency of the mind. That we are not ready to own up our truth. I cannot be. I'm better worshipping Ishvara. Enjoying that. Nothing wrong in it. But then you will never come out of it. Nothing, keep doing. But you are yourself denying yourself the real truth about yourself. We are ourselves closing the doors of knowing the truth. You understand that? So Shastra says that may you know that yad vacha anabhyuditam, that which cannot be expressed by vak, that which cannot be expressed by speech, but by which the speech gets expressed. Eyes can see, speech can speak, mind can think, ears can hear, is all due to that one in all Brahman. And that itself is Ishvara. That itself is Brahman. See, until we come out of this, come out of this boundaries of I, boundaries of Ahankara, we will never know this. We will never know this. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is a very beautiful passage which says, I'll show you that, which makes up sit up. See, I'll show you. There it is said about condemning duality. It says, Yo anyam devatam upasate, one who worships the devata, thinking that anyaha aso, anyo, anyaha aham, he is different, I am different. Thinking that one who worships, Shruti says they don't know anything, nasa veda. This fellow doesn't know anything. Plus, what does he become? Yatha pashuhu eva sahadevana. See now, Upanishad says, one who worships Ishvara, looking upon him as different and always demands and begs, and when you worship, then devatas have different demands. When Sakama Bhakti is there, then you have to offer something to the devata as per their needs. When you do homa, then you have to bring so many things. And this samakri of each and every devata is different. And then you do it because you are dependent. So you become like a pashu. You become like an animal. Just as animal, listen to this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is saying, I am not saying. Yatha pashuhu saha devana. Just as when we have our cattle, our cows and buffaloes and goats, etc., and how we get work done from them. It does something for us, and we really exploit them, get things done from them. Similarly, what do we become for devatas? Pashu. Just as Pashu is dependent upon us, and we, for our needs, for getting things done from them, we use them. Similarly, devatas also use us. Yatha pashureva sa devanam. And for us, when one pashu gets lost, one cow gets lost, then we are all the time looking where must that cow where that cow will be, and we keep on looking for it because it's a big loss for us. Similarly, when devatas lose us, really, it is given here. Yatha pashurevasa devanam. Yatha havai bahava pashavaha manushyam bhunjyuhu. Just as pashus do our things and bring things for us, milk, and we use it for agriculture and things like that. So it's important for us. But when we lose it, then it's a big loss. Similarly, when we go away from the boundaries of devatas, they don't like it.
That gives credibility to the existence of devatas.
We'll talk about that. See, listen to this Siddhanta. We are not against worshipping, nothing. Shastra itself talks about that. But what is told here is that thereby you are denying a higher truth of yourself. If you are worshipping the Devata for the sake of it, out of love, fine. But when the duality is maintained, you are different, I am different, then you are closing yourself to the truth, denying yourself the truth about yourself. All the time you will live only in duality. He is different, I am different. I cannot live without him. And we go to the devatas with demands. Do this for us, do that for us, do this for us, do that for us. And then we offer gifts also. We offer things also. How much we give in Tirupati ji, in everywhere. That's fine. But it is all with conditions. Credibility is fine, but I have my needs. I'm not going there without needs. If not material needs, I want purity of heart. I want some support. I surrender so that you help me. See, this is there. It is give and take relationship. Until then you don't know, and you will always remain like that. So duality up to a certain point is fine. When I am growing up, it is fine. Shastra itself talks about all this. In Karma Kanda you find all karma and upasana and homa, everything. But then Shastra says, now grow up. Now give up the crutches and look upon yourself as everything. I am full, I am complete. Where is the need? Creation is because of me, not the other way around. When creation and whatever is happening in the Prakriti, Maya takes Shakti from me. Maya does whatever it has to do. Whatever you find in this creation is because of Atma. In Atma's presence, Brahman's presence, then why are you dependent upon Prakriti? Up to a certain point, fine. The same Shastra talks about this. But then the second section of the Shastra, that is Jnana Kanda, hopefully this karma and upasana has prepared you for oneness. See, they should be, karma and upasana should be done in such a way that it prepares you, brings that Shakti, intellectual capacity to understand this. Otherwise, karma has not done its work. Upasana has not done anything. Because we remain what we are. It doesn't do anything to us. We just fulfilled our desires through devatas. So, if we do it in the right way, that by this I am giving you something. I am pleasing you. I offer you something. So far I was a consumer. Now I am a contributor. Contributor always has an upper hand. Contributor means not begging. Why should I beg? Karma Yoga is possible only in the knowledge of the self. Karma, when can you give? Tell me. When can you give someone? Only when you feel first full. The generosity, in the background of fullness can one give. Otherwise, no, I want it. And we will snatch it. The siblings, when they are small, when the mother gives chocolates or something, they will fight. They will keep their part and snatch the brother's part also. Because I want it. As simple as that. I want it. You can give only when you feel full, even relatively. So, we have to come out of this. It is not decrying or disrespecting or condemning Ishvara, but discover the strength which is there inside. It is there. It is my nature. Shruti wants that you sooner or later come to know this. Why always remain small, begging, help? I'm helpless creature, always at the mercy of the creation, always at the mercy, and then crying, outwardly or inside, crying, dissatisfaction. This Bhagavan also didn't do it for. See, Mirabai also, she worships Giridhara. She doesn't want anything from him, but just she is craving for that love. Beautiful. You will not find a character or a bhakta like Meera. But still, sooner or later, she has to know that Giridhar is I. And she knows that. In some of her bhajans, she talks about that we are one. But still she wants to sing. That is fine. But the knowledge of oneness has to arise. That is what the Shruti is not condemning Ishvara. Don't think that. Same Ishvaras, Devatas, are recommended by Shruti up to a certain point. But a time has to come in life. A time has to come. If it won't come in this life, you will have to wait for other lives. In duality, there is no moksha. As long as you remain in duality, what will happen, Upasaka and Upasya Devata will be different. Bhagavan will be different. You will be different. As long as difference is there, Bheda is there, some kind of desire, longing, dependency will remain. It won't go. So sooner or later, oneness has to be known. Advaita is the truth. How long can you remain away from knowing this? So it is a tall order, tough, because for that we have to give up our smallness. We have to give that up. Without that tyaga, it won't happen. That tyaga is necessary. Giving up clothes and house and food, and that's not big tyaga. That's ordinary tyaga. That's nothing. What is the real tyaga? Giving up notions from here. Notions. I'm different from Ishvara. I'm no good. I'm ahankara only. This is what this tyaga we need to do. And that tyaga calls for lot of strength coming from Shastra. I have Shraddha in Shastra, and I don't believe still. But still I'm ready to go along with what Shastra says. And Shastra will help me discover this. That is the promise. Bhagavan says, give up everything. Sarva dharman parityajya. Mamekam sharanam vraja means give up duality. Own up oneness. Your moksha is certain. Aham tva sarva papepya mokshayishyam ma shuchah. Don't worry. Don't get scared that what will happen. What will happen to Brahman? So, that is why teacher is talking about this. That tadeva brahmatvam vitti. You are that Brahman. Not Brahman is outside of you, which you worship as idam, 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 idam. He is not away from you. You are that. Then now Bhashyakara now explains what is vak. Yad vacha anabhyuditam, that which is not, that which speech cannot express. So now Bhashyakara takes time. In Shastra, no glossing is there. Each and every word, every time, will be explained very well. So the clarity is the name of the game. You should be clear about everything. So here, vacha, what is vacha? What is this speech? What is this speech? So Bhashyakara here says, yad vacha anabhyuditam. Vacha means that by which you speak. What is it? So Bhashyakara explains that vacha is that organ or that faculty by which we speak. What is it? Some good lecture, good detail is given about it. That it is dependent upon 8 places. This speech, the organ of speech which we have, is dependent upon 8 sthanas or 8 places. This is just for your knowledge. Which are they? Varna, Uraha, heart. These are the places where speech is found, and from there it comes out. So which are they? Uraha, heart. Kantaha, throat or neck, throat. Then Shiraha, here also, head also. Then Jihva Moolam, the origin of the Jihva, that is our tongue. Then Danta, our teeth. Then Nasika, this organ of smell. These are different places from where the speech comes out. Oshta, our lips. And Talu, palate. Did you count? 8. These are the 8 places where the organ of speech remains. It is dependent upon these 8 places. And the varna that comes out, that is called speech. Now see, we human beings, when we speak, we express letters, varna, ka, kha, ga, gha, a, b, c, d. These are all called varnas. So that is speech. But when animals and birds, they also speak something. Not like us, but they also make sound. That is called ghosha. What is it called? Ghosha. So our speech is varna, and their speech is ghosha. But all this is possible when Brahman, through these 8 places, expresses itself as varna or expresses itself as ghosha. It is Brahman through this organ that is expressing itself. Brahman needs something, some nimitta, some instrument to express. Through this organ, it expresses itself as sound, as ghosha, as varna. So that is what, in short, is the speech. See, it is so the same here. It is said by Bhashyakara beautifully that what is this speech? Yo vacham. No, wait. What is this Brahman because of which speech is able to speak? So Bhashyakara writes, Yo vacham antaro yamayati. Again, this is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. There, Yajnavalkya, their Upanishad says, Yo vacham antaro yamayati. Brahman remains within, it is always there, and from within controls the speech. Controls the speech. See, sometimes when we want to utter, we can't utter. Suddenly it goes. Doctors may say that there is some problem within, but the grace we don't enjoy. And Brahman doesn't grace, and that is why, because it controls ultimately. So like Bhagavan says in 15th chapter also, Mattaha smrutihi jnanam apohanam cha. Because of me one remembers, and because of me only one forgets. Sometimes we forget, and as you grow old, you keep forgetting everything. Why did I come into this room? I forgot. One doesn't remember. that I came here to take some money and you come out without taking the money. Then again you go back. So these are the episodes happening in everybody's life. Bhagwan has stopped now. Now he comes in the form of apohanam. He takes away your smruti. Up to some time, and sometimes you remember. And sometimes when you need it the most, you forget. Bhagavan says, mattaha, because of me, from me, smrutihi, jnanam, apohanam cha. Apohanam cha, which means he controls. If he wants to express itself through this, then fine. So see, understand, same Brahman, same Tattva, when comes out through speech, it is called speech. When comes out through eyes, then sees. Same Brahman sees through this. When from ears, then he hears. But who is the real? So he becomes everything. By the instrument of speech, it gets the name that speaking. From the eyes, it gets the name seeing, hearing. But who is the one who is doing all this really? Not doing, but in whose presence all this is happening. So they say that this Brahman is the real speaker. And this speaking is not there in the dream state, not in the deep sleep state. This what we speak now, is not available in Swapnavastha, in Sushupti. There who is speaking? In dream who is speaking? Is this speech available there? No. This speech is not available in dream. Which speech is there? Brahman only creates another speech and speaks through that. And in Sushupti also it's not able to speak. But the potential of speaking is available there also. In short, it is due to Brahman that all this is possible. But, Savagya, that I have already told you. So may you know this to be Brahman. See, you must have heard about the story of Dhruva in Srimad Bhagavatam. Dhruva, when he was insulted by the stepmother, he was the child of the other wife. And king did not approve of that other wife. So she was rejected. And Dhruva was the son of that other one. Then when one day king is sitting in the court, that time the child of the queen, he came and he sat on the lap of the father. So Dhruva also ran and he sat only on the lap of the father. Then that queen came and insulted. If you want to sit on the lap of the king, then you should have come from my womb, not from the other wives. Means you cannot. It was very badly humiliated, and Dhruva felt it very bad. He felt insult at the age of 5. He was just the child of 4 or 5, and then he leaves and goes to his mother. Mother says, in that case you should go to Ishvara. Ask him to help you. He just walked out of the house and then went in the forest. In between, Naradji came. Naradji is always, he will appear in such cases. He came and he said that, what are you doing? He says, give me mantra. I want to worship Bhagavan. So Naradji says, you're not your cup of tea. You can't live in this forest. Wild animals will come, this, that. He said, if you want to give me mantra, you give me. Don't try to dissuade me. Then Naradji gave him the mantra. What was that mantra? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. And as soon as he heard, he started doing the japa. In just 6 months, imagine. In just 6 months, Bhagwan appeared before him. Bhagwan appeared. And then Dhruva is just all looking at him. And he wanted to do stuti. He wants to sing before him. Stotra, eulogizing, praising Bhagwan. But he cannot. Because he doesn't have that many words. He's just 5-year-old. And he says he could not speak. Bhagwan understood that he wants to sing for me. So what did Bhagwan do? He had the conch. Bhagwan has conch in one of the hands, one of the four hands. Immediately he touched Dhruva's cheek with that conch. Conch stands for speech. Bhagwan's Vedavani. Conch stands for Vedas and the speech of the Vedas. So moment he touched Dhruva's cheeks with that conch, he started singing and did the stuti. And what is the first verse, first stanza of that stuti is that Yo Vacham. He says, one who entered my cheeks and made my dormant speech vocal is Bhagwan. And I bow down to him. So what I am trying to say here, I am telling this story with a reason. What is that? That it is Bhagwan or Brahman because of which the speech is able to speak. That is why it is called Nitya Vak. This Vak may not speak, but that other Vak is always speaking. In the presence of that, we are able to speak. That is why the mantra said that know that to be Brahman and not what you worship as this is Bhagwan, this is Bhagwan, this is not, that is not Bhagwan. Real Bhagwan is Tadeva Brahmatvam Vitti. Not idam, 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 iti upasate. What you worship as idam. So is drawing our attention to the tattva which is right here. We have to rise up to acknowledge this and accept this. That will be real moksha. Moksha is not going someplace. But moksha is knowing this, accepting your own truth. So now the same kind of mantras will follow. Mind which can think of Brahman, but because of Brahman the mind thinks. Now understand, Shravanam is over. With this mantra what has begun is Mananam. Shravanam means whatever truth the Shastra wanted to say is over. Now Shastra is enabling us to do Mananam. Mananam means deliberating. Deliberate upon the same truth in different ways. Just as the cow, will eat and then sit at one place and keep on chewing that. Similarly, now we have to sit and chew, means deliberate upon the same thing in different ways until it becomes clear. So now the process of Mananam has begun. We'll continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shrutis Prananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.